Imagine stepping onto the beach and the waves don't crash, they jiggle. What if the entire ocean turned into jelly overnight? Spoiler, surfing just got way weirder. Right now, the ocean is 1.3 billion cubic kilometers of salt water. But what if it wasn't water at all? What if it was jelly? Not the kind you eat, but a thick, wobbly nightmare. Today, we're diving into a world where ships get stuck, whales turn into bouncy castles, and dolphins learn to hop. This isn't sci-fi, it's science unhinged. Let's find out what happens when the ocean forgets how to flow. First, how would this even happen? Scientists say oceans could thicken if something messed with their chemical balance. For example, if trillions of jellyfish-like organisms exploded in population, their mucus could turn the sea into sludge. Or maybe a lab experiment gone wrong, like that time researchers accidentally created self-healing concrete, but way creepier. Jelly is mostly water, but it's held together by polymers. If seawater's hydrogen bonds got rearranged, the ocean could turn into a giant bowl of gelatin. The result? Waves would move 100 times slower. Tsunamis? More like slow namies. Good news for coastal cities. Bad news for anyone who likes boats. Now picture a jelly ocean for animals. Fish gills aren't built for filtering goo. Sharks would have to chew their way through water. Whales, forget singing, they'd need snorkels. Coral reefs would suffocate under the slime, and plankton, the base of the food chain, would sink like glitter and glue. But some creatures would thrive. Jellyfish already love jelly. They'd rule this wobbly apocalypse. Octopuses might adapt by shooting jets of enzymes to melt paths. And crabs? They'd finally evolve into the land-dwelling overlords they've always dreamed of becoming. For humans, this is a global crisis. Shipping lanes would freeze, literally. Cargo ships aren't designed to plow through jello. Your Amazon. Package? Stuck in the Pacific pudding. Beaches would become trampoline parks and surfing. Well, you'd need a shovel. Fishing industries collapse overnight. No more sushi, no more fish sticks. And forget offshore wind farms. Their turbines would get gummed up like hair in a drain. Meanwhile, coastal towns would panic. Imagine trying to evacuate Miami when the ocean's holding everyone hostage like a giant mold. Here's the ick factor. Rotting jelly. Sunlight and heat would make the ocean's surface ferment. The smell? Like a landfill mixed with a candy factory. Coastal air would become unbreathable, and acid rain could dissolve your car. Oh, and hurricanes. Warm jelly holds heat longer than water, so storms would get stronger. Category 6 hurricanes? Probably. Tornadoes made of flying jelly? Absolutely. Your weather app would just say, stay indoors, forever. But here's the twist. We're causing this. Sort of. Real-life ocean jellification is already happening in miniature. Dead zones from pollution are creating mucus-like algal blooms. The Black Sea has zones so thick, submarines avoid them. If we keep polluting, could we accidentally turn patches of the ocean into slime? Scientists say, maybe. And once it starts, reversing it would be like unbaking a cake. Let's play this out. Year 1, jellyfish take over. Year 5, coastal cities abandon beaches. Year 10, humanity invents jelly-powered cars. Gross. But here's the kicker. A jelly ocean reflects more sunlight. Global temperatures drop. Ice caps regrow. Sounds great, right? Wrong. The sudden cooling would wreck agriculture. Wheat, gone. Rice, mush. We'd trade climate change for jelly change. And what about water? Desalination plants can't filter jelly. Freshwater shortages would make the 21st century look like a water park. Countries might even fight wars over giant blenders to liquefy the ocean. The scariest part? This isn't totally impossible. In 2020, researchers at Harvard created a material called aerois, lightweight ice that acts like gelatin. If something like that formed in seawater, we'd be one step closer to Jelly World. But for now, the ocean's still water. Let's keep it that way, unless you want your next beach day to involve a spoon. So, to recap, a jelly ocean means dead fish, stranded ships, and hurricanes made of slime. It's a disaster for humans, a party for jellyfish, and a warning that our real-world pollution is already creating mini jelly zones. The ocean's delicate balance keeps us alive. Mess with it, and we'll all be stuck in the world's worst dessert. If you thought this was wild, wait until you see what happens if Earth stops spinning. Tap the screen. Trust me, you'll want to see it.